Deshte ajiso Manukan 15th National Voters Day Manita Nishna Election Commission pra state level program ekta rakhishe Patkai Christian College Autonomous Day. Special guest School Education laga Principal Director Thavaseelan K pra students kange national laga electoral process day bhag globally encourage korishe. IB details so.
Solena, this is a time, R-E-S-P-O-N-S.
Mahatma Gandhi says something beautiful. Okay, the right to vote is power only when it's exercised. So Mahatma Gandhi says, and I quote, "If leaving duties unperformed, we run after rights, they escape us like a will of the west." So rights, our duties and our rights are two sides of the same coin. I mean, if you exercise your, if you do your duty, then you can claim your rights. But if we are not willing to do our duties, then it's not fair to claim what is due to us. The second thing, the second aspect of what I wanted to talk to you about is something that the CEC touched upon in the speech. Why are elections important? I mean, this will talk about why are elections so important. He talked about four aspects, some of the challenges that are sort of coming up in elections in the modern day. If you look at, there's a lot of narrative that happens about elections. The way the social media works, algorithms look at content that you've just viewed and then serve you more content aligned to what was just viewed, right? And that's what the CEC refers. He says that people's viewpoints are being hardened without even listening to what the other side has to say. And there's a lot of, in this day of AI, what we're looking at is this tremendous deepfake videos that are being circulated. There's a lot of false narratives. And in this time and age, when social media can accelerate the pace of misinformation or wrong narratives, it's extremely important that we sort of listen to all viewpoints and take an informed decision, because it's so easy for someone to just say that the EVMs can be hacked and the elections are all rigged. It's extremely easy for someone to say, and then they would present you very convincing evidence that something of that sort is happening. But then that should give you a sense of why elections are so important. We were talking about foreign interference, foreign powers interfering in elections. If it wasn't that important, why would a foreign power bother to interfere in any other nation's elections? Because it's important for other nations to also have someone who's favorable to them, right? That's precisely why elections are extremely critical, and we exercising our right to vote becomes all the more important. We're talking about a lot of polarized campaigns. I'll talk about what's happening in the US in a bit, and that will sort of give you a sense of how one person can influence the destiny of a nation, right? So the extreme polarized campaigns that happen during elections, and also, I mean, in this time and age, we're also having cybersecurity challenges that are coming up when we look at elections, not just in our country but across the globe. And kudos to the Election Commission of India. What happens quite occasionally in the rest of the world, when election results are challenged, as far as the elections as a whole, the results have never been questioned in the country. Of course, there are individual election petitions which are disposed of by high courts, but then the Election Commission of India has earned the trust of voters and political parties alike, and that speaks volumes about the effort that has been made over the years to make elections not just fair, transparent and credible, but also popular and also participatory and inclusive. So there is so much effort that happens every single year over and over to ensure that more people, they just don't look at this as just a right, but something that they willfully and happily execute. The other part, the third part that I want to talk to you about is there's a concept in philosophy called inversion. So you obviously someone can know what is it that they want in life, but it becomes easier for you to figure out what you don't want and then act accordingly. Now, if you look at what's happening in the US, it's something very interesting. So Trump was sworn in as the 47th president on the 20th of January. Now, on the very day he was sworn in, there were a flurry of executive orders. Immigration, the borders were closed. Kids who were born in the US, they were automatically a citizen of the United States if they were born on US soil. So that has now been, an executive order has been passed ending that provision. A federal judge has recently tried to block it. Now we have to see how it plays out. So this morning, Mexico refused permission for immigrants from the US, who were deported back to the Mexico in a military plane from the United States. They refused permission to those aircrafts to land. Right? And then there's already there's back channel that our country, India, will have to get back a lot of immigrants from the US. So you can see that one single person, how he or she can influence the destiny of a nation, and not just the destiny of a nation, the path the world at large takes. When it's a country as powerful as the US, you can realize why every single person voting becomes very important. Our country is no different. So that's precisely why, you might think that what is my vote going to do? There are so many others who don't vote as well. So as humans, we operate from the mentality of, what you call the herd mentality. So you sort of think that your vote is not going to make a difference. There are going to be hundreds and hundreds of others who also think similarly. So the sum aggregate of this is that what eventually happens is not what may be good for people as a whole. So which is exactly why every single person has to exercise their power to vote.